Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be making a gift box for my dad, Harley Davidson one. He's a big fan of Harley Davidson. He's got a couple of Harley Davidson bikes, and I thought this might be a good thing for him to put his keys in maybe when he's not using it. So I'm just going to jump straight into it in Lightburn here and get it started. So I'm just going to import the box. This is a box file that I bought off Etsy. It comes with a couple of different size boxes, but for this video I'm going to be using the 150 by 150 by 50 mil box. And I'm just going to move these over a little bit just to make it fit onto my material a little bit better. I will be cutting this out of 3mm ply. So I'll just get this all lined up here. So obviously I've got all that set to cut because I want to cut it out. I'll bring in the Harley Davidson logo. Pop this off to the side here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to ungroup that because I need to set that outside line to like a scorch line. So the inside of the logo will be engraved, and that one outline on the outside I'm going to do as a scorch line or just like a vector line. So I'll go through and separate those. The inside, as I said, is going to be engraved, so I'll set that to red as that's my engraved color. Get that one set up, and then that outside line is going to be blue. I don't want it to cut it out, I just want it to engrave the line around the logo. So I'll set this one up here to just do a line, so I'll put on a bit more speed and just have that run around and do that outline. So I do need to reset these as well because I've got blue on the bottom here at the moment, but I'm just going to group this back together just so when I move it, it moves as one. So I've got that all grouped in together. So I'll resize this now as well to fit. So this one up here where I'm going to put this is actually the top of the lid. So not the actual lid, but it's like it's the top of the box basically. So I need to make sure that the logo fits within that. And then I'll pop it over onto the lid. So I'll just size this up and make sure that it's going to fit in between the top section of the box. And this is the actual lid here. So I'm going to rotate that 180. Just to make sure it's the right way. It is actually upside down to us here, but you can see that little tab there. That's the part of the lid that you pull in and out. So the lid sort of slides in and out of the box. So I'm just going to go through here and go through here and line this up on the lid. So I just set it up on the other side there to make sure that it was actually going to fit and make sure this is centered on top of the lid there. So I'll go through and change those layers now. So it's going to engrave first, then it's going to do the scorch line or vector line, and then it's going to cut out the box. So I'll go ahead and I'll save this, and we'll take it over to the laser and get started on it. I'll just save this as Dad, and I'm saving to a USB as well, so I'll take that to the laser. Alright, so here we are back at the laser. I've just plugged in the USB into the machine, so I'll have to go through now and retrieve that file. So it's just obviously saved in the UDisk, so you need to go to the Read UDisk tab on the controller. You can then go down and select that file and copy it to the memory of the controller. It's quite easy to do. Once that's copied, you can then go ahead and you can see there that's the design, so it shows the logo and the parts of the box that it's going to cut out, and you can see that it's going to engrave and then do that vectored line and then cut it out. So I'll just pop you up here for a sec. I'll grab some material to throw on the bed. So again, this is just 3mm ply, nothing fancy, and I'll just get this set up. I'll run a frame to make sure I can see where it's going to fit, and I'll let it run out. So I'll speed the video up a little bit so you don't have to sit through the whole thing. But yeah, we'll get this engraved and cut out, and then I'll pop back at the end and we'll get it all pulled out. guys, so we're just coming to the end of it now. So this actually took about 16 minutes to do that engraving and then actually cut out the box. So that's why I sped it up, just so the video wasn't so long. Yeah, you can see there's a bit of flash coming off of that there. I'm not too sure what that is. If anybody knows what it is, let me know in the comments. But I'm not sure if it's just the material that I'm using. It seems to only do that on ply. When I'm cutting MDF, I don't really get that spark or that flash. Again, too, it could be because the power's turned up a little bit too on this one. So I'm not too sure, but yeah, if you guys know, definitely let me know. I would appreciate it. So yeah, I'll just let this finish running out now, and then we'll get it all pulled out and have a bit of a look at it. So basically after this, I'm just going to go through, I'm going to give it a bit of a stain or a bit of an oil and let that dry, and then I'll come through and put it all together and basically show you what the outcome looks like. Hopefully it turns out pretty good. It's the first time doing one of these boxes, and actually the first time that I've used this file. But everything seems to look pretty good at the moment, so fingers crossed, it comes out pretty good. Cool, so that's all done. And I'll get this all pulled out and we'll move on to the next step. It comes out nice and easy. You don't actually need that middle section there. So yeah. Alright guys, so I'm just going to lay these out and I'm going to give them a coat of oil. So I'm just using this hard wax oil just to give it a bit of colour to the box. So I'll go through, oil up both sides of these, let it dry for a little bit, and then I'll come back and we'll get it all glued up and see how it turns out. Alright guys, so I got that all oiled up now and laid out how it goes together. So these little pieces, they just get glued along the inside of these side parts here, and that's where the lid actually slides along. So it actually slides in there. So I'm just going to go ahead now, I'm going to glue all this together and glue it up. And I'm just using some Tarzan grip, just like some sort of super glue. Yeah, so I'll go through, I'll glue all this together. And then, yeah, we'll come back at the end and we'll check out what it turned out like. Alright guys, so here we are, this is the end result. So this is the box all put together. Came together quite nicely. Everything glued up pretty well. At the front here, there's just a little slot where the lid slides into. So yeah, just like that. This one turned out pretty good actually. I think he'll quite enjoy it. And a good little keepsake box, or, you know, gift box, I guess. But yeah, so again, yeah, pretty easy to make. And yeah, I was very happy with how this one turned out. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you on the next one.